Hey guys, oSgtKickAss here and welcome back to the channel. We are back with another ERB reaction and boy, it is a banger. So the Monday just gone, it was Martin Luther King Jr. Day, so I thought what better ERB to do this week than Gandhi versus MLK. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be a banger. I mean, they're both peaceful. They're both very pacifists. They're not fighters. They're lovers, not fighters. But yeah, obviously both big, massive civil rights leaders and fought for the rights of their people. So I'm sure it's going to be absolutely great, guys. I'm excited for this one. So let's jump straight into it.
Martin Luther King!
Nice. So MLK is in the black and white. Obviously all the speeches you see of him, they're in black and white, the traditional black and white film and stuff. Bit confused as to why Gandhi isn't then, but yeah, I think it's just the effect they want to go with. Everything we know of MLK, it's very much black and white, like his black and white speeches and stuff. So I like the way they've gone for that little effect. And then Gandhi, as you'd expect him to look, the classic glasses, the shaved bald head, the monk robes. Perfect, nailed it.
Martin Luther King!
He's looking ready for a fight.
You want to battle with? See who's a better pacifist? I fought the caste system, but you still cannot touch this love.
Nice. So you want to battle wit, see who's the better pacifist. So as I mentioned, both pacifists, not fighters. So instead of like physically fighting, like we saw MLK warming up like that. He's ready to go to war, and we saw Gandhi get in the position. But they're going to battle wits. They're pacifists. They're intelligent guys. They use their words to break down systems. Like Gandhi says, I fought the caste system, but you still cannot touch this. So yeah, Gandhi basically took down the caste system. If you don't know what it is, it's very complex. But basically, it's the hierarchy in India at the time of Gandhi. It's sort of about now. It's not so much a thing. But when Britain were in charge of ruled over India, it was sort of there's the top levels, and then the at the bottom there was the untouchables. So he says you still cannot touch this. So like you can't touch this, you can't battle me, even though you've done all this stuff. But the untouchables were like the lower class of society, and this is what Gandhi came from. So he basically he fought for the rights of his people. I mean, he's famous for his like hunger strike where he just refused to eat, and it was so public and stuff. But that somehow that beat the British Empire. Like, book, he's not eating, so we're gonna just give everything away. Like, but obviously it's a bit more complex than that. But yeah, basically he managed to take down the caste system, which was very classist, as we'd say now. But yeah, the caste system, it was like at the top, all the rich and famous, like all the rich people, and as it went down and down, they were like less cared for and less thought about. But yeah, the bottom of society were called like the untouchables. Obviously, it's like the biggest bit. It's like the pyramid of like society. But yeah, he was from the untouchables, the bottom tier. So he fought, and he actually managed. Well, not fought physically, but he like used his wits and his like pacifism and stuff like that to actually break down the caste system and basically abolish it. Like I said, it is still about now, but it's not so big anymore as it used to be, at least. So yeah, nice little opening few lines.
Who's a better pacifist? I fought the caste system, but you still cannot touch this. Slumdog Millionaire, first name Messiah. Rap so hot, I spit yoga fire.
Nice. So, right, Slumdog Skillionaire, first name Messiah. So, Mahatma. Well, no, we're gonna go. What was it first? Slumdog Skillionaire. So we all know Slumdog Millionaire, movie about an Indian guy gets rich. He's from the slums, but he's a millionaire, and it's like, oh shit, big famous movie. We've all seen, I'm sure. But he wasn't a millionaire, Gandhi, as we've just gone through. He was from the lower class of society. So instead of a Slumdog Millionaire, he's still from the slums, but he's a skillionaire. So he hasn't got the millions, but he's got those skills. So he's a Slumdog Skillionaire. He's got those rap skills that he's going to burn you and kill you with. So, Slumdog Skillionaire, first name Messiah. So, Mahatma, I believe it means in his language, is it great soul? I believe. It's something like great soul. So, translated, essentially it's saying he is Messiah. So he is the Indian Messiah, is what he's saying here. So Mahatma basically is like saying he's basically calling himself a god and saying that his name proves it because it's like great soul. So yeah, Mahatma Gandhi, Messiah Gandhi. That's what he's saying. And then rap so hot I spit yoga fire. So this is Street Fighter. Is it Street Fighter line? I believe it's Street Fighter. Anyway, but yeah, there is a character, an Indian-based character in, I think it's Street Fighter. I believe it's Street Fighter. But yeah, basically his finishing move is called Yoga Fire. So it's like, my raps are so hot that I spit yoga fire, referencing Street Fighter, but also saying he spits straight fire on the mic, hits those fire bars, and that Martin Luther King don't stand no chance.
Slumdog Skillionaire, first name Messiah. Rap so hot, I spit yoga fire. Everything you preach, I said it first. You should jot down these words, plagiarize my whole world.
Ooh, shit. Ooh. So, everything you preach, I said it first. So it's like, all these things that you say, all these things you do, like the things that you're preaching, you're just copying from me. So you should jot down some notes, plagiarize this whole verse. So, yes, Martin Luther King, he didn't write big speeches. He basically had a few notes. He'd jot down a few notes on a notepad, and then he just, as it came to him, he'd use it, but he'd use the notes to sort of guide the speech so much. Not like a long written speech like you'd expect now, but it was like little notes, and then that's what his speech would be built around. But obviously there was a lot of passion in those speeches that they didn't need to be written. If they were written out in full, they would have had they wouldn't have been as passionate, purely because it's not coming from the heart. So he spoke a lot from the heart, and he just had the notes there. So it's like, jot down these notes and then plagiarize this whole verse. So Martin Luther King, obviously a big fan of Gandhi, and took a lot of inspiration from what Gandhi did for India and fought for their civil rights, and used that in his own campaign in the black rights and things. So yeah, a lot of things he said, or a lot of his philosophies, came from Gandhi. So Gandhi's like, you're going to just plagiarize everything I've done and use it as your own verse. Like, you've done that like for your whole movement, so why not do it for the verse on this rap? Oh, Gandhi hitting hard. Boy, this boy ain't a pacifist. He may not physically fight, but when it comes to the rap battle, he's a killer.
Everything you preach, I said it first. You should jot down these words, plagiarize my whole verse. Leave your thoughts on the door like the real Martin Luther. I'm not thinking you shall overcome this too.
Oh, that's a fucking phenomenal line. So leave your thoughts at the door like the real Martin Luther. Ooh, boy. So Martin Luther was a German priest. So he's like Catholic, and he had a lot of problems with the Catholic Church and the things they did. Or was he monk? He was some way thing to the church. But yeah, the Catholic Church, I believe it was. He basically wrote this big thing of everything he saw wrong with it and everything that was bad. It was the 95th something? I forgot what it's called exactly, but I had the name anyway. And he nailed it to the church's door overnight, and then they came in the morning, obviously read it and stuff. It was a really big thing. But yeah, his name was Martin Luther. So it's like, leave your thoughts at the door, like the real Martin Luther, because he nailed it to the door. But he's also saying, leave any thoughts you thought you could have at the door, because you know they're either going to be stolen from me, or they're just not going to be relevant, thing. Damn. And then, as I'm just reading the subtitles about, you shall never overcome this, Junior. So, if you call someone Junior, it's like, in America, it's like your son. It's Junior. But it's like saying that he's like the understudy to Gandhi. He's not as amazing as him. He's like a young version, like not as amazing. Like, if you go into a role at work, you start as you're a tech developer, you'll be like a junior software developer, and then you'll eventually become a software developer. So junior's like the entry level. So he's like, you're just a little junior, you'll never overcome me because you're just a junior version. Very good. Gandhi's just got that little bit of sass on him. Look at that sassy face. Ooh.
Leave your thoughts on the door like the real Martin Luther. I'm not thinking you shall overcome this, Junior.
I'm the king of civil rights, from the city to suburbia. No shoes, no shirt, but I'm still gonna serve. You can swallow.
Nice. So, I'm the king of civil rights from the city to suburbia. So yeah, obviously he went round like the whole of America. cities, the suburbs, everything, and got them into his thing. So he's the king of civil rights from anywhere in the world. And then the no shoes, no shirts, but I'm still gonna serve you. So Mahatma Gandhi wore sandals and he didn't have a top on. So no shoes, no shirt. In America, there's like a lot of restaurants have no shoes, no shirt, no service, basically. So if you don't have a shoes and shirt on, you're not getting served. But this could be a link to Martin Luther King being black, essentially, because in that sort of time period he was about, a lot of restaurants would just not serve people of colour. So yeah, it could be a reference to that, but then obviously taking a dig on his thing, but no shoes, no shirt, but I'm still gonna serve you. So instead of the no service, it's like, you may not have the shoes or the shirt, but I'm gonna serve you. If you're serving someone in a battle, obviously, you're taking them down, you're ruining them, you're destroying them. So he's like, I'm still gonna serve you. Like, it don't matter if you have no shoes, no shirt. I'm not going to go by those racist restaurants. I'm still going to serve you. But it's not going to be the type of service you're looking for.
Civil rights from the city to suburbia. No shoes, no shirt, but I'm still gonna serve ya. Make you swallow your words so you can break the fast. And thank God Almighty you can eat at last.
Nice. Oh my God. So, make you swallow your words so you can end the fast. So like I said, Mahatma Gandhi starved himself, he fasted, and he refused to eat until things changed in India. So, make you swallow your words. So if you make someone swallow their words, it's making them going back on what they've said and making them realise they're wrong. So they've got to swallow their words and be like, oh yeah, sorry, I was a bit wrong there. But yeah, so, make you swallow your words so you can end the fast. Thank God Almighty, you can eat at last. So, a very famous Martin Luther King Jr. line. I think it is from the I Have a Dream speech, but it's, thank God Almighty, we are free at last. So, instead of free at last, you can eat at last. Because, there we go. It's like, I'll make you swallow your words and break the fast so you can actually eat, because you're a bit skinny, mate. You need to get some calories in you. So, you know.
Make you swallow your words so you can break the fast. And thank God Almighty you can eat at last. I admire the way you broke the British power, but I have a dream that one day you'll take a shower. Like the H in your name, you ought to remain silent. Flatten your style like bread, non-violent.
So there we go. I admire the way you broke the British power, because it's insane. What you did is amazing. It's like really the biggest civil rights thing we've seen before MLK, and it's insane what he did. He basically broke the caste system down, broke the British power, and at that time the British Empire was huge. It was all around the world. So what he did and how he did it is absolutely mental, and that's why Gandhi's known all around the world, as is MLK. So it's like, I admire the way you broke the British power. But then the famous speech from MLK that everyone's seen, I Have a Dream speech, about how he dreams America would be, where black people they don't have to cross the street if there's a white person coming, they can be served, there's equality. He has that dream. It's the most famous speech, I think, possibly of all time. And everyone's heard it, surely. So I have a dream that one day you take a shower. So obviously India, especially in that time period, they wouldn't shower so much because they didn't have the money and stuff like that, and it's from a time period when no one had showers. You'd occasionally bathe in the river, but in India, obviously, it's not going to be the cleanest river. So he's like, I have a dream that one day you'll take a shower, but then, like the H in the name, you ought to remain silent. Nice little flow from MLK as well. Like that H in your name, you ought to remain silent. So he's like, yeah, it's Gandhi. So no one pronounces the H. It's not Gandhi, is it? It's Gandhi. So you ought to remain silent, because compared to me, you ain't going to compare. Like, you just need to stay quiet. I've served you. I've ruined you. Just stay quiet. There's no coming back from this. And then flatten... What was it he said? Flatten your...
In your name, you ought to remain silent. Flatten your style like bread, non-violent.
So, flatten your style like bread. So he's basically saying, bread... It's flat, so he's going to flatten Gandhi's style, whether it's his clothes style, which is already flat, I guess, or like his rap style and everything like that, or the way he spoke, he's going to flatten it like bread. So he's going to flatten it into bread. Bread's obviously flat and stuff, but this sets up the line of non-violence. So, Gandhi, MLK, pacifists. I've told you this. Non-violence. That is their policy. Gandhi was very non-violent. He did not want violence at all. So non-violence, obviously naan bread. Indian side, Indian bread. I believe it's from India, or maybe it's just one of those things English and Americans invented and said, yeah, this is Indians, we'll have it an Indian take. Well, I assume it is very big in India. I've not been, I can't say. But, yeah, naan bread, obviously Indian. So, non-violence, flatten your style like bread, non-violence, non-violence. Beautiful little wordplay from MLK. Woo! Killing it. They're both killing it. Damn, I wasn't expecting this to be so fire, boys.
Like the H in your name, you ought to remain silent. Flatten your style like bread, non-violent.
You would know about bread, Dr. Birmingham sandwich. Boy, got those grits, sit in with some spinach.
Oh boy. We've had a fat joke. Gandhi, chill. We're going to be nice. Nice just thing. He was nice the first time, I was just going to call him fat. So, you should know about bread, Dr. Birmingham sandwich. So, sandwiches obviously made with bread. Doctor, he was a doctor. It was in philosophy, I think. Philosophy and stuff like that. So he was a doctor, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. But Dr. Birmingham sandwich, was he from Birmingham? I assume he was from Birmingham or something like that. So Dr. Birmingham sandwich, so ham sandwich, brings in the bread line. So, but I think, like, leave it with the grit, sit in with some spinach. So grit, I believe it's like I could be wrong. I think what it is, it's like is it like fat and stuff like that? Like fat from, or like meat? I'm not 100% sure. I don't really know. I think it is something along those lines. But you leave it with that, sitting with some spinach. So he's like, instead of having all that shit, have some spinach. Much healthier option. Have the spinach. Be healthy. Lose that weight. Because he's basically saying Martin Luther King's a bit chubby. He's having a bit of shot his weight. I mean, fair enough. MLK went at Gandhi for being skinny. So he's going back in, well, you can't talk about me being skinny when you've got a few too many pounds on you. Nice.
But know about bread, Dr. Birmingham sandwich. Boy, got those grits, sit in with some spinach. With protestant women, the same advice goes. Always stay away from the hole.
Oh, wow. So, with protests and women, the same advice goes. So, obviously, a lot of protests, MLK's movement. And the hose, always stay away from the hose. So, with women, always stay away from the home. So Martin Luther King obviously had a lot of affairs, things like this, it's believed. So always stay away from the hose when it comes to women. But when it says with protests, it's spelt HOS, but I think we're gonna like, if you switch the word up, HOSE, hose. Stay away from the hose. Obviously protests, they get out the fire trucks and they just fire the fucking hose at them, get them to flee, break up the protests and stuff. So with protests and women, the same advice goes. Always stay away from the hose. Very nice flow. Oh my god, Gandhi and MLK. Absolute beautiful flow, guys. Beautiful. But yeah, nice little wordplay there. Very good, Gandhi. Very good.
Women, the same advice goes. Always stay away from the hole.
So
I've got
good.
so much street cred, they write my name on the signs. I'd bring you for tech support, but I got a Nobel Prize.
Oh, wow. So, I got so much street cred, they write my name on the signs. So, yeah. So, street cred. He's like, I've got so much street cred. Like, street credit. Like, he's respected on the street. But they write my name on the signs. So, I believe there's way over. Is it over 1,000 streets in, like, big streets in America actually are called Martin Luther King Jr. Street? Or like Martin Luther King Jr. Road. So it's like, I've got so much street cred, they write my name on the signs of the road, named after him because of what he's done for the world, like, and for America and black rights and civil rights in general. So yeah, a lot of streets named after him. So I've got so much street cred, they're writing my names on the signs of the streets. And put, I'd call you for tech support, but I got a Nobel Prize. So I'd call you for tech support. Obviously, a lot of big companies have Indian tech like support. So like you ring up, you'll like a lot of the call centers are in India because it's cheaper labor and stuff like that, and they don't want to pay. So yeah, I'd call you for tech support. Basically saying he's Indian, so he must work in a call center. Bit racist, but he's done so much for civil rights. We'll let it slide this time, Martin Luther King. I'll let him slide with racism, like he wasn't oppressed his entire life, right? But yeah, I've got, so I'd ring you for tech support, but it leads into a great line. But I got a Nobel Prize. So yeah, Nobel Peace Prize. Martin Luther King has. Gandhi was actually assassinated before he could get his Nobel Prize. So before he was like nominated or able to win it, he was assassinated. But you must think with what he did in his life, he would have got one had he not been murdered. So yeah, I've got a Nobel Prize, taking a dig at him. I've got a Nobel Peace Prize. You haven't. So who's the real junior here? But then Nobel, if you ring someone, it's like, I'll just give them a bell. So that plays into I'd ring you for tech support, but I got a Nobel Prize, so I'm not allowed to. I've got a Nobel Prize, so I've got a Nobel for ringing, but I've got a Nobel as a Nobel Peace Prize. Woo! Very good lines. A lot of play on words today. This is what I'm used to with ERB. I haven't done an ERB like a lot of wordplay for a while. I remember I've been watching Princess Rap battles and things like that, and the wordplay is just not as top tier. I mean, they're very good, but they're not as top tier.
I'd bring you for tech support, but I got a Nobel Prize. Nigga, we got more beef than one of your sacred cows, but I'm about to forgive you so hard right now.
So we got more beef than one of your sacred cows. So yeah, obviously is it Hinduism? It is Hinduism, isn't it? Or is it just India in general? Cows are sacred, so they're not allowed to eat cow. They see the cow as a sacred animal. Not sure why. I'm sure there's a very valid reason behind it. But yeah, in their religion and their beliefs over there, yeah, it's the cow is sacred, so they won't eat beef. They won't use leather or anything like that. So we got more beef in rapping. Obviously, you have a problem with each other, so we got more beef than one of your sacred cows. But I'm about to forgive you so hard right now. So I'm not going to kill you so hard. I'm going to kill your bit fuck out here. I'm going to forgive you so hard right now because they're pacifists and he don't want to beat him up. He wants to solve this with non-violence. So he's going to forgive him.
We got more beef than one of your sacred cows, but I'm about to forgive you so hard right now.
I am passively resisting the fact that you suck. I am celibate because I don't give a fuck.
Oh, shit. That is a hell of a bar. So, I am passively forgiving the fact that you suck. So, or is it forgetting? I forgot what it was.
But I'm about to forgive you so hard right now.
I am passively resisting the fact that you...
I'm passively resisting the fact that you suck. So it's like he's resisting how much MLK sucks, but he's doing it passively because he don't want to argue or cause any problems. So he's passively forgiving him for sucking, but so I'm passively resisting the fact that you suck. I am celibate, so yes. This is, well, is he? Can he call himself celibate? So he's got 10 kids. So if you're celibate, you don't have sex. So he has 10 children. He has had sex. Is it 10 or is it 13? Anyway, he's got a lot of fucking kids. So he had, I think it's 10. But yeah, he had like 10 kids before he was 36. And then after he was like 36, he had all these kids. He sort of started like developing these beliefs that women shouldn't be, like, sex is bad and sex is a sin. So after the age of 36 or 35, he's actually celibate. So from 36 to 76, I believe he was when he died, he is actually celibate. So I'm celibate because I don't give a fuck. So I don't give a fuck because he's celibate, he doesn't shag, but he don't give a fuck about Martin Luther King and how much he sucks and anything about him because he's too cool. He don't give a fuck about how hard he goes, who he roasts, how he does it anymore. He's celibate, he don't give a fuck. But yeah, so yeah, he is celibate in a way. I mean, it's like all those born again Christians, isn't it? No offence, but if you're like a 20-year-old girl, you've gone round, you've shagged 54 blokes, and then you're like, oh, I'm a born again Christian, I'm a virgin. You're not a virgin, you're a whore that doesn't want to be a whore anymore. That's what you are. And that's what Gandhi is. But he's not a born-again Christian, he's a born-again Hindu. There we go. Oh, boys, let's get down into the breakdown, because that was insane. So, yeah, guys, for me, that was an absolute banger. I was not expecting that to be so good, but that was straight fucking fire from start to end. That was so good, guys. I don't know about you, but that's up there for me. Like, some of the wordplay and the things they said. Oh, they were out to kill each other. Boy, they were not holding back. But yeah, guys, I really enjoyed that one. For me, I'm just going to tip the scale to Gandhi. Just to Gandhi. Very close one, like I said, guys. That was so good. I enjoyed that so much. That's one of my favourite I've done for a while, I think. That is really good. Maybe I'm overhyping it, but I really enjoyed that. But yeah, guys, I hope you did enjoy it as much as I did. If you did, as always, smash that like button. Subscribe for more reactions like this. Check out the video I released on Thursday. It is Bo Burnham, white woman's Instagram reaction. Oh, that great comedy song to an absolute banger of an ERB. Absolute fire. Ooh, what a week for uploads, guys. What a week for uploads. Ooh, loving it. But yeah, guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, like I said, leave your comment down below. Favourite lines, your winner. Hit subscribe with the bell turned on so you are notified when I upload. Check out my videos from the last few weeks. Hit subscribe. I've just said that. Hit the like button, and I'll see you next time. Peace.